Hey guys, I've been waiting on a package now for a while, and I'm going to open up. I think I know what it is, but I'm going to wait to see till I open it up. And of course, I brought these guys in, Steph over here, just because I want them to see it too. Hopefully I'm not wrong. Hopefully I don't open it up and it turns out to be like some receipts or something like that. But I'll tell you the story behind what's going on with this. So here's the package here. You guys can hold?
Oh yeah, no.
Here's the package right here, guys. And I'm going to open it up, and I'm hoping it is what I think it is. And I think these guys are going to enjoy it as much as I am. Maybe
I hope
not.
so. I better. Getting me all hyped for nothing.
Okay.
Bubble wrap!
Bubble wrap!
Yes!
Oh my gosh, but you can't even pop this kind though.
Okay,
Actually,
what do we have?
It is this.
A cardboard box.
A cardboard box.
I know what it is. I know what
Nico
it is.
already knows. Look at this.
That is so dope.
That's like what, a year too late?
Oh, shit.
It's
Here you
upside down.
guys go.
Upside down.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's upside down. All right, guys.
That is so dope.
So this is the Silver Play YouTube button, and actually what happened was when you hit 100,000 subscribers, you're eligible for a Silver Play YouTube button. And of course we have almost 500,000 subscribers, and to be honest with you, when I finally said, you know, I never got my Silver Play button, I went back and searched my email, and about 4 years ago I had an email from YouTube that said, guess what, you're eligible, and I never read the email. So I went and responded, and sure enough, they sent me a Silver Play button. So there you go. You guys deserve this too.
Woo!
Good job, guys. Thanks so much, guys. Alright guys, a little Snake Bites Chronicles here. We're going to be shooting a show in a local kind of woodsy area about, you know, are snakes really killers and stuff like that. So if you ever thought about taking about 30 feet of snake, a 20-footer and a 12-footer, 13-footer, well, actually it's probably about 15-foot actually, on a little road trip to the park, that's exactly what we're going to do here. So, so Trevor and Dan are loading up right now. Unfortunately, this is, again, she's only, you know, we're only going about 2 miles, so they're not going to be in the back very long. I wouldn't normally want to really put snakes in the back of a truck. I would normally take a van or something like that that's climate controlled. But number one, it's about 8:30 in the morning. It's about 70 degrees outside, so it's pretty nice. There's not really any sun. As you can see, it's kind of overcast, and so they'll be fine for a 2-mile drive, and then we're going to find a nice location where we can film outside. And I just wanted to get out and this show, when I'm filming, just do something a little bit different where, you know, there's a little bit of scenery rather than just always being at the shop. And here's snake number 2 going in. So what we have here is we have Lucy, which is our big tiger reticulated python. That's always a showstopper. And then we have a big, probably about a 15-foot or so albino reticulated python. So I'll be honest with you, I'm a little bit nervous because it's not like I've gotten clearance to take these things to the park or anything like that. So it's always a little bit nerve-wracking to think, wow, is there a chance that like the cops show up and we're playing with 30 feet of snake out in the park, and they're like, you can't do that. So I don't know, you know, we're gonna see it best. So we'll kind of vlog the entire process. So I hope you guys enjoy it, and wish us luck. So here's the deal, guys. We found a place that's pretty cool. You know, we figure we can shoot right over here, like right in this area. But the fact is that there was a couple parks that I had thought of that we could go to, but there were tons of people, and we knew that would be a really bad thing. So so this is actually like a private park that you're supposed to actually rent instead of just come in, and the gates were locked, so we kind of just unlocked the gate. So we just kind of unlocked the fence and came in. So theoretically, we're trespassing. So not only are we going to have to watch out for the cops for taking out big snakes in public and doing all that stuff, but then we're going to have to be a little careful that we don't get in trouble for trespassing. So anyways, it's good stuff. So anyways, I'm going to set this up. We're going to take Lucy out, and we're going to have a good time and see what happens. So here you go.
Here you go. We're good. She'll be fine. Yeah, she'll be all right.
We're all loaded up. We made it out of here without getting busted by the cops, so that's a good thing. So now back to the shop to finish up the shooting for this episode. So again, it's going to be kind of cool, an episode that basically talks about why people think that snakes are killers and all that other stuff. But big snakes are always fun to work with, but I'll tell you what, they are definitely, they wear you out. There's big muscle tubes. So off to the shop. So one of my pet peeves in life certainly is the fact that when people are intolerable of certain animals, in particular with snakes and reptiles, you know, because obviously that's what I love the most. And to me, it just bothers me. You know, again, I've always said I'm afraid of a lot of bugs, in particular spiders and centipedes and stuff like that, but I don't hate them. I don't think that they're horrible animals. I realize that irrational fear is within me. It's not their fault, it's my fault. And unfortunately, there are people around the world that fear snakes and have this irrational thing going on, and they'll typically want to kill snakes. You know, you've heard it so many times. The only good snake is a dead snake. To me, I just hate when I hear that, because it's just so ignorant for somebody to actually say that. I mean, come on. What good animal is a dead animal? I mean, I don't care what animal it is. It's better off alive than it is dead. And snakes are so important to the ecology. You know, you can ask farmers or anything. You know, you take the snakes away, your crops are going to be overrun by rodents. You know, this is just a thing that is instilled in people, and in particular in certain regions, certainly some regions of the down south in America and other regions around the world, where, you know, people are raised with this fear of reptiles, and in particular snakes, that is so irrational that they, like I said, the parents are telling their offspring, like, oh, the best thing you can do is kill that snake, you know, the only good snake is a dead snake, you know, chop its head off. And I think about that sometimes. I think, like, what animal in the world do we think chop its head off? I mean, can you imagine if you ran around and chopped dogs' heads off, or chopped cats' heads off, or rabbits' heads off? You know, and I'm not talking about farming, but I'm talking about just like in the middle of the street, you catch a cat and you chop its head off. I mean, you do that here in America and you go to jail. But yet, not only is it encouraged by so many people that you see a snake, you chop its head off, but there are actual festivals, like rattlesnake festivals, that are built around just maiming and killing these animals. I mean, you know, some of these festivals, they'll nail an animal to a wall and then skin it alive. Think about that. What animal in the world could you skin alive and somehow it's okay to do that, you know? I mean, so that's my point. That's why we filmed the show today, and that's kind of my mission in life, is to make people wake up about reptiles, and in particular snakes, and say these are still living animals. They're no different than a dog or a cat or a dolphin or whatever you might want, a giraffe or whatever it is. I mean, these are living animals, and we have to treat them with respect. They have an important role to play in our world, and the more that we are out there teaching people, and hopefully generation after generation, we can continue to grow. And I do believe, I'm inspired by the fact that I think that the younger generation now doesn't have the hatred to snakes overall, certainly still in regions, but overall they don't have that hate. And it's my life mission to certainly continue to change that around the world to people, so that they understand and love all wildlife, but in particular, you know, get that fear and that irrational hatred of snakes away. I had a really good morning pulling some eggs from the incubator, so I just wanted to kind of show you guys. Take a look at what I got here. These are just a couple of the babies. Again, this is an extreme gene banana spider ball python, and you can kind of get a feel for how reduced they are. Look at how there's virtually no pattern on the sides whatsoever, and just pattern down the top, and all of them are the same way. You can see again right there, you know, no pattern, just right at the top, and that's what that extreme gene does, is that it really reduces things out. So this is the very first ones we've ever produced, so I was pretty excited about that. But I know what, this next clutch is ridiculous, and take a look at what I got here. This is a beautiful clutch. I mean, take a look at that animal right there. Whew! I mean, there's virtually no pattern on it. That is a super enchy spinner, and you can see a super enchy spider here. This is a super enchy pinstripe right here. Super enchy pinstripe, and then again just more variants of super enchy spinners, another super enchy spinner, super enchy spinner here, and then of course these are just super enchies here, and then another super enchy spider right here. So man, that clutch is incredible. So there's some really cool stuff that hatched out of that. And take a look at this clutch here too. This is, gosh, look at how gorgeous these are. And you can kind of see what we have here is, you know, we have like cinnamons right here, and this is actually a banana cinnamon right there, but this is actually a black pastel banana. And you can kind of see the difference between the two, you know. I mean, one is more, you know, a little bit busier patterned, a little more orange. And again, we have just another cinnamon banana there, and then just oh, here's an example. That's a black pastel right there. But yeah, so there it is. You know, the start of a long season of hatching. It's going to be fun to wake up every day and look in the incubator. So, the life of a snake breeder.
Motherfucker!